Hi, welcome to Fishing the Edge. Michael Guest here. If you listen carefully, you can hear those cicadas in the background. Now, what that tells me, it's time to chase a few bass on the surface using little lures that look just like cicadas. We're going to work them across the top and hopefully we'll catch a few. Let's get into it. Oh, yes! Oh, you gotta love that. Come here, you good thing. Oh, beautiful little gorge bass. Words can't describe what great fun that is. That's our premier East Coast sport fish, little Aussie bass, and they're such a tough fish. Way up in this gorge country in northern New South Wales, right down to the salt water to spawn. They're such a tough fish. They've got to go through weirs and fish ladders these days. And here he is. It's late in summer, early autumn, and that's a great fish. Oh! 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 Oh no! Oh! Now, this fish has had about 4 strikes with this lure, and just don't lose your patience and don't strike when the fish strikes. Just keep working the lure, and then got him. And that's the way catch a bass on a surface lure. If you strike as that fish strikes, all you're going to do is pull that lure away from the fish's mouth. So another beautiful little bass. I'm just loving this session, I tell you. Once again on that little bison, that cicada lure, and I think you can hear that in the background. The cicadas are everywhere there today. So match the hatch, as they say. Get that lure out. And that is a magnificent little ferocious bass. Not big fish, but just fantastic fun. Really enjoying it. You know, on Fishing the Edge, we do so much out of the boat and off quad bikes and all those sorts of things. But it's great to get the boots on. It's been a tough old walk to get in here, but it's just well worth it for the fishing. Well, I've been having a great time catching these bass on this light tackle and these nice light little lures. But the big bass certainly love these cicada style lures as well. Check out some of these bigger girls we got on another session. I've just had a little rise down here, so let's pop him back in. See if we can't get another bite. Got him! Woohoo! Oh, he's just come up and crunched that. Oh. Oh, he's just stuck in the... I've still got him there, stuck in the weeds there. Oh, come on, you good thing. Oh.
Want a hand to go out?
Yeah, mate. This is fishing at its greatest. 3 attempts this fish has had, and he's just caught in the snags there. Mate, I might have to take my sound gear off and go for a swim out there, I think.
Yeah. Nice bass. Nice bass.
How good is that? Oh dear. I got to say, I'm lucky enough that I get to go to some beautiful places and catch some great fish, and it's not always this tough, but sometimes you've just got to go to that nth degree. And let me show you what a big Australian bass looks like. Look at that! Woohoo! That's a cracker, and if you get a look inside there with the sun in his mouth, that cicada lure has just disappeared down what I'd call, oh, he'd have to be 44 fork length, I reckon. That is a seriously good fish. And worth getting wet for. I'm going to be a bit cold later on, but it's going to be worthwhile. Great stuff. Well, when you're chasing any sport fish, whether it be a billfish or a GT or a fantastic Australian bass like this, it's about matching the hatch, and we've certainly done that with that cicada lure there. And if you listen carefully, you can hear the odd one in the background. And the patience that you need sometimes. Put that cast in, we located the fish. I took my time, took seven or 8 casts, and finally came up and engulfed it right back through his gill plate. And he or she, I'd say she, that's a magnificent fish. Probably close to that 45 fork length, 46 fork length. And for me, bass fishing doesn't get a lot better. So let's let her go. Back you go. Oh, and there she goes. All right, it was worth the swim, that's for sure. Let's try and catch another one. Oh. I'm soaking wet. This is jungle fishing at its best. That was a magnificent bite, and it's a hard call. It's such wild country and so narrow. You've got to pull really hard, but such a faint presentation. The barometer's down, and really I think it's only just the really subtle presentation of this cicada style lure that's really getting them to bite. So the tiny little hooks, it's a real hard call between pulling too hard and leaving enough drag so you can play the lure. That fish has got off, but I got the bite and it was awesome. Well, as you can see, the big bass certainly like these cicada style lures as well. But I'm down in this gorge today and I'm having a great time catching these really energetic little fish. I'll see if I can find a bigger one. Hello. That fish took my lure right at the rod tip. I just lifted my eyes and thought, oh, where will I cast next? It just goes to show you've got to work that lure right to your feet. That's amazing. Oh, you've got to love this stuff. You've got to love it. Quite often when we're fishing we talk about match the hatch, and I don't think I've ever seen a greater example of it than what I've got here. So this is a little Japanese, quality Japanese cicada lure from Smith Bisson here, and here's the cicada. So this is, if I can hold it still enough there, that's the little bronze Bisson. You can see those little black lines. I've spoken about them before on those wings that fold in and out. And have a look at that. Oi, 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 oi. Still alive. There's the cicada. There's the Bisson. See the black lines? You can see those lines in the wing of that's the real cicada, don't forget. And look at the wings and the detail that's been put into that lure. The presentation is so subtle. They are a light lure, and quite often catching smaller bass like this you can tone down and have some great fun with light tackle. So you do need quite a long rod, a light spinning reel to throw those. But look at that. And there's that there's that noise. I've got bass in my pond at home. You throw one of these in there, it is like a hand grenade to a bass. So as I said, there's the underbelly. Look at that. And there's that noise. You can just hear that through my microphone now. There's the cicadas. So this time of year you cannot get a better lure, surface lure for a bass than one of these little fellas. Well, it's not always about catching big fish, but if you can gauge your day on the amount of fun you've had, I've had a great day catching these beautiful little bass on these little Smith Bisson lures. We spoke about the cicadas and how they look, you know, almost identical. And to cast that out and fool the fish into thinking it's a live cicada and watch that fish come up and eat it, it's great fun. You've been watching Fishing the Edge. It's Guesty here. Always time for one last cast. Catch you next time.